The movie begins in Johannesburg, South Africa, where numerous daily crimes happen. Police officers are losing their lives from attacks. Hence, the government decides to buy a squadron of scouts and state-of-the-art armor-plated attack robots from Tetraol, a weapon manufacturer. With this, they'll make numerous police robots to eliminate crime and corruption and start the city's rebirth. Michelle Bradley, CEO of Tetraol Company, is interviewed by the cable news network, CNN, about the vulnerability to the hacking of the robots they sell to the Johannesburg government. In her response, the robots are safe as they have installed a bulletproof guard key system that only authorized employees are allowed to open. Diane Wilson, a British scientist and maker of autonomous robots, is currently working on an artificial intelligence (AI) project that will give consciousness to robots like humans. The MOOs, a competing project to Wilson's projects, is made by Vincent Moore, a weapon designer and former Australian soldier. Moore explains that the MOOs is indestructible and can be controlled by a human through an advanced neural transmitter helmet. Later on, Scout 22, a police robot, arrives at the mechanical and electrical facility of Tetraol to be repaired after it malfunctions in a battle with criminals. Eventually, mechanics repaired the missing parts and made Scout 22 function again. Suddenly, Scout 22 and other police robots are announced to deploy on a mission against a criminal gang headed by Hippo. Ninja, America, Yolandi, and Pitbull, criminal gang members fleeing in a gray van, go to meet Hippo, their gang leader, to report their delivery of wasted tons of illegal drugs. When Hippo grows furious, Ninja begs him to name his price so they can pay him back for the wasted illegal drugs. Unhesitatingly, Hippo aims for a handgun and shoots at Pitbull's chest to scare Ninja and make him pay $20 million within a week. Unexpectedly, military aircraft arrived to bombard the gang's meeting place with tons of bombs. Police robots, including Scout 22, arrive to attack and shoot the gang. Hippo shot on Scout 22, making it malfunction and disabled again. Hippo hastily hides and flees the scene. Most of the gang are cornered and arrested by the police robots. In contrast, the others swiftly escape, returning to their hideout. Due to the successful operation of police robots and taking down another criminal gang, the government orders an additional 100 armor-plated attack robots from Tetraol. Hearing this news, Tetraol employees rejoice and congratulate Wilson for being the brain and making the robots. Due to this, Moore grows envious of Wilson as his project, Moose, needs equal attention and proper funding from the company. After a while, Moore presents the Moose to the head of the police force to convince them to use it in combat against criminals. However, his proposal gets turned down and humiliated by the police, so he becomes frustrated and jealous of Wilson again. Later, Wilson is called on to the mechanical and electrical facility to check on Scout 22, which received internal damages and cannot be restored again. So Wilson orders the mechanics to crush the chassis of Scout 22 and recycle its alloys. As Wilson's project is given a lot of attention by the government and the public, this gives Ninja, Yolandi, and America an idea to commence a heist to steal Wilson's access device on the robots. Once they steal the access device, they'll use it to control robots and earn money to pay the $20 million deal they have with Hippo. Wilson, successfully establishing his project on the full artificial intelligence of robots, heads to meet Bradley to present his proposed invention. However, Bradley turns down his project as she explains that the company focuses more on armor-plated attack robots than robots with consciousness like humans. Due to that, Wilson searches for the damaged Scout 22 to test his AI project on it. He gets his hands on the guard key to use on his project without Bradley's permission. Instantly, he drives home but gets hijacked by Ninja. They smack his head, making him unconscious. In a secret hideout in Soweto, Ninja, Yolandi, and America bring Wilson with them. They torture him to give them access device to robots. In confusion, Wilson explains to them that the robots need access devices as they are made to operate independently. Unconvinced, America searches Wilson's car and sees high-tech equipment and the damage. Scout 22. Wittingly, Yolandi suggests to Ninja to use Wilson to program the Scout 22 to be in their control. Ninja, liking the idea, instantly demands Wilson to program Scout 22, or they'll kill him if he resists. Wilson, having no choice, builds Scout 22 and installs the single guard key he equipped in the company without Bradley's knowledge. Successfully, Scout 22 functions again, but now with the consciousness of a human. Wilson feels deep satisfaction with his creation and starts training Scout 22. Yolandi grows the fund of Scout 22 and names it Chappie. Sadly, Ninja drives Wilson away after he has assembled Chappie. The next morning, Ninja trains Chappie to be a gangster like him. He impatiently teaches him how to shoot and attack people, yet Yolandi stops him as Chappie, as an innocent robot that they should not involve in their crimes. Later, America and Ninja drive their van with Chappie to bring him to a dangerous neighborhood to fend for himself. Chappie, left in a dangerous neighborhood, grows frightened as thugs attack him mercilessly. They throw kerosene at him and set him on fire. Traumatized, Chappie hastily flees to save himself from the thugs. However, on his way back to their hideout in Soweto, Moore forcibly takes him in his van to threaten and remove his chassis. Moore, knowing that Wilson uses the single guard key on Chappie, successfully extracts the guard key from Chappie's head. Feared, Chappie escapes the van and swiftly walks back to Soweto. As he returns to their hideout in Soweto, Yolandi weepingly fixes his chassis and blames Ninja for traumatizing him. With a few days left to pay the debt of $20 million on Hippo, Ninja trains Chappie again to fight and learn weapon handling. Chappie discovers that he'll die later on once his battery exhausts. Due to that, Ninja pretentiously promises him a new robotic body in exchange for working with him and making more heists. Chappie agrees. Wilson, knowing Ninja's using Chappie for his schemes, Wilson equips a handgun before he proceeds to Soweto. He persuades Chappie to come. Now influenced and manipulated by Ninja, Chappie doesn't want to leave. Meanwhile, at Tetraval, Moore, who now acquired the single guard key, returns to his office to upload a virus on the robot system, thus disabling all police robots in the city, including Chappie. Wilson, conversing with Chappie, grows surprised as Chappie malfunctions and disables. So he quickly takes him away from the hideout and bring him to Tetraval to fix him immediately. When he arrives at Tetraval, he immediately fixes Chappie to function again. Chappie, now awake, notices the advanced neural transmitter helmet used to control the moose. Wilson explains its function to him, which gives him the idea to steal it and use it to have his substitute robotic body once his battery exhausts. However, Wilson reveals that he cannot fix him even if he uses the advanced neural transmitter helmet. Remembering Ninja's promise, Chappie returns to their hideout in Soweto to make Ninja do him a favor to have his substitute robotic body, as Wilson cannot do it for him. Meanwhile, due to self-interest of Moore, the city is now in total chaos when the police robot shuts down. Prisoners escape captivity, and thugs emerge from their hideouts and destroy the disabled police robots. Hippo receives the news about the sabotaged and disabled police robots, so he calls his men to start a riot in the city. Due to this, a reserve human police force deploys to arrest them and find the person responsible for sabotaging police robots. After that, the reserve police force departs to Tetraval to question Bradley. Bradley immediately calls on Wilson to fix the problem of the sabotaged police robots, as they are being heavily investigated. Later, Wilson discovers that the guard key is no longer installed in Chappie, but is stolen by Moore, who has caused all the chaos in the city. So, he angrily confronts him and threatens that the company and the whole city will know what he has done. After that, Ninja, Yolandi, America, and Chappie rob an armored car, which is caught on the live news, surprising Tetraval. As they flee the scene, Chappie asks Ninja if they can use their stolen money to buy him a new robotic body. In Ninja's response, he apologetically tells him there is no such body he can use. Seriously, Chappie yags Ninja as he has broken his promise to him. Meanwhile, Moore, not wanting to make Wilson report him first, hastily approaches Bradley to report about Wilson, who has stolen Scout 22, named it Chappie, and uses it in his experiment without her permission. Moore also persuades her to use the moose to take Chappie down, who they saw on the news, robbing people. Bradley grows surprised about Wilson, and then unhesitatingly allows Moore to use the moose this time to assassinate Chappie. On the day of the debt collection of Hippo and Ninja, Hippo brings his men with him to the hideout on Soweto to take the $20 million, including Chappie, who he is fascinated with. Triggered, Ninja starts to open fire at them, eventually making Hippo and his men combat him, and America. Unfortunately, the moose, controlled by Moore on an advanced neural transmitter helmet, arrives at the hideout to attack the gang. It mercilessly kills America, and then bombards the entire hideout to kill some gang members. Then it detects Wilson in the area and targets him to be assassinated next. Luckily, Chappie manages to save Wilson just in time by shooting the moose, shortly making it lose balance. However, as Wilson is about to escape through his van, he gets shot and mortally wounded by Hippo, who is later killed by Ninja. Ninja shockingly calls on Chappie to escape the hideout with Yolandi and Wilson. At the same time, he remains to fight the moose and sacrifices himself. Yolandi, not wanting to leave Ninja, sacrifices herself to save him. Chappie helps her on destroying the moose by detonating a bomb on it. Due to Yolandi's death, Chappie swiftly drives to Tetraval to take revenge on Moore. Chappie uninvitingly enters Tetraval to beat Moore to death in his own office. Tetraval employees, including Bradley, traumatizingly see the whole scenario. Bradley contacts the police force to deploy and take down Chappie, who is currently in the building. Swiftly, Chappie leaves to return to the van and save Wilson's life by using the advanced neural transmitter helmet to move his consciousness to a robot. Luckily, Wilson, now a robot, survives. Chappie, now a wanted robot from the police force, moves his consciousness to a different robotic body with the help of Wilson. As the police force arrives in Tetraval, Chappie and Wilson fortuitously escape and return to their hideout in Soweto. Meanwhile, in the hideout in Soweto, Ninja, grieving for the death of Yolandi,